Today is January 2nd, 2025, and there's still 1 minute left until market close, but I don't think it'll make that big of a difference if I go ahead and start now. But I am up about 0.7% on a day where the NASDAQ is actually down 0.2. So I'm already starting the year on a good note, slightly outperforming the NASDAQ. However, I am not doing nearly as well as Robinhood did today. And if we go ahead and take a look at the percentage changes, Robinhood is up almost 6% today, which is crazy. And it just goes to show you how much the rest of my portfolio really dragged down my account today. Because usually whenever Robinhood is up this much, my account would be somewhere around halfway where the Robinhood gain is. So if Robinhood is up 6% today, usually my account would be 2.8 to around 3%, somewhere around there. But unfortunately, Nike is down 2.5%. Palantir also was down much more, but is regaining a little bit. Pepsi is down 1%. Tesla is down 6%. TLT not really doing much. PayPal up 1%. Honest is down 2%, and SoFi is down 8.5%. One thing I did want to mention today is it seems like almost everything is down. I don't know if you want to call this my old prediction or whatever, but I did mention that we could see a scenario where the market is down, but energy is up, consumer discretionary is up, and China's up. But today the market is down. The Chinese stocks are down, I believe. Consumer discretionary, I believe, is also down because Nike is down. However, energy is actually up today. And REPX, which is my very small energy spec play, is up 4.6%. So I thought that was interesting to see. And of course, Nubank is up 2.6%, but most of this is just because Nubank has been down so much, it's just gaining back a little bit of those losses. And something that I've actually been eyeing today, however, I don't know if I'm actually going to follow through with it. It's just something that I'm keeping an eye on, and it's Wynn Resorts cash secured puts. So there's this one that's at 83 for $150. And if we take a look at Jan 24, I could sell one at 80 for $100. So I was eyeing them today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with it just yet. But I was also eyeing some Nike cash secured puts as well. Even though I have a very large Nike position, I do like some of these, for example, 72 at 117. However, I do see a potential for Nike in the short term to go all the way down to 68. So I'm not saying that will happen. And if it does, I definitely will scoop up some shares. But yeah, there is a potential for Nike to hit 68 in the short term. And if that does happen, of course, most likely I'll sell a cash secured put then. But another stock that I wanted to talk about was actually Pepsi. So Pepsi does have earnings, I want to say in February. And usually for like these past few earnings reports that they've had, if you'll notice on the chart, as soon as they report earnings, it seems like the stock just has this random spike up. Eventually, it just hovers around sideways or just comes right back down. But it almost always has that big spike on earnings for some reason. And I'm wondering if all this talk on X about the market having a correction in February or whatever, that could lead to possibly people buying up Pepsi because it's viewed as like a risk-off play. And it also lines up with their earnings. So I don't know. It is just something to keep an eye on. I did also have a post about this on my X. But yeah, it is something to keep an eye on. And I also wanted to mention there is a trip that I'm going to have to go on. It is work related. But I will be gone about 3 months. So I'll be very busy, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to give daily updates like I have been doing. I'll be giving weekly updates on this channel until I can get everything situated again. But yeah, I have a lot going on, work-related trips. I'm also looking at some apartments to move. Of course, that's also going to take a whole bunch of my time. So yeah, I just have a bunch going on. I'm not sure if I'll be able to give daily updates, but I just want to let you guys know so you guys don't think I disappeared or abandoned you guys or anything. Definitely will be coming back. And while I'm looking for places to move, for sure I will keep in mind having like some sort of studio set up, because right now all I'm really doing is just recording my screen and just basically YOLOing it. using my phone and my phone mic, and I know the quality is like absolutely trash, but I will be keeping that in mind, possibly investing in like some equipment, microphone, whatever, maybe some sort of setup that really makes my channel unique, because I know there's tons of other channels out there that do something similar where they show their Robinhood accounts, or like on X where they show their Robinhood gains, whatever. And I just don't want to be so basic all the time. So I guess I'm going to try to find something that makes me unique. And I will be busy. So I just want to give you guys a heads up and something to look forward to.